Welcome to my videos on my blog. And this time I'm going to talk about what happened today on Gold Cup 2025 day 16, where today was played the second day of the quarterfinal series, where in the first game Canada and Guatemala tied the game 1-1, but Guatemala won the game in the penalty shootout 6-5, and Guatemala did a surprise and they qualified to the semifinals. I think that is for first time in more than 20 years. And in the second game of the day, USA defeated and Costa Rica tied the game 2-2, but USA defeated the Costa Rican penalty shootout 4-3, and USA qualified to the semifinals. So let's talk about a little more about this game. Well, Canada won, Guatemala won. Well, remember that before this game, the Canada won the Group B with 7 points, 2 victories and 1 tie, and Guatemala qualified as a second set in the Group C with 6 points. So the Canada was ultra favorite to win this game, but Guatemala played better. I didn't recognize how bad the Canada played. I don't know if this was they underestimate Guatemala, or they didn't play very well the strategy to defeat Guatemala, because Guatemala played the game of his life. And also I think that the some kudos to Guatemala head coach Luis Fernando Tena, the Mexican head coach, that remember that he left a trophy with Cruz Azul. He won a league in 1997. So he has done a very tremendous performance here, because Guatemala played better this game. But also, I think that the big difference, well, the Canada started to win in the game, where in the minute 30, the referee called a penalty for Canada, but in my opinion, it wasn't a penalty. I didn't know why the referee didn't check that penalty in the VAR. The referee called the penalty, and Jonathan Davis scored the goal in the minute 30. And Canada were leading the game 1-0. In the second half, the Canada had some goal opportunities to finish this game, to score the second goal, but they couldn't. But the big difference and the tapping point here was that in the end of the first half, Jacob Schaffelburg received a red card by Canada, and for the rest of the second half, Canada played with one more less, with 10 men. So Guatemala took advantage of that, and they were attacking, but they couldn't score a goal. And in the minus 69, Rubio Rubin scored the first goal for Guatemala, and they equalized. And in the end, the game finished 1-1 in the regular time, and it was forced a penalty shootout. In the penalty shootout, the Guatemala performed better than Canada. Guatemala won the series 6-5, and with this victory, Guatemala did a surprise and qualified to the semifinals, and Canada was eliminated. What a surprise! And in the second game of the day, USA and Costa Rica tied the game 2-2. Remember that the USA won the Group D in a perfect because they won the 3 games. They finished with 9 points. And Costa Rica finishes in the second place in the Group A with 2 points. With 7 points, the same point as Mexico, but the big difference is that Mexico scored. They had better goal difference. So about this game was very close, right? It was a tremendous game, but I think that in the end, USA was a little better, but in the end, it was very close, and it was a fair score. The USA started to win it Costa Rica started to win it when in the minus 12 they got a penalty. Francisco Calvo Quesada scored, and Costa Rica were leading the game in the beginning of the game, and almost in the end of the first half, Diego Luna scored the first goal for USA, and in the halftime the game were tied 1-1. In the beginning of the second half, USA scored a goal by Maximilian Arsten, and USA were leading the game 2-1. I think that since that moment, USA had like the 1 or 2 goal opportunities to finish the game, to score the 3-1 and finish the game, but they couldn't. And after that, Costa Rica took the control of the game. They scored a goal in the minus 71 by Alonso Martinez, and in the end, the game finished 2-2 and was sent to the penalty shootout. In the penalty shootout, the USA performed better. They won the series 4-3, and the USA qualified to the semifinals. And unfortunately for Costa Rica, they were eliminated. So, what's next? The USA and Guatemala qualify, and they will play the semifinals. So, the semifinal will be the next. The first one will be Mexico against Honduras, and the second one will be USA against Guatemala. Both semifinals will be played this next Wednesday, July 2nd. The first semifinal will be USA against Guatemala. This game will be played at 19 o'clock Eastern Time, and this game will be played in the City Park in San Luis, Missouri. And the second semifinal will be Mexico against Honduras. This game will be played on 20 o'clock Eastern Time, and this game will be played in Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. I think that the favorites are Mexico and USA, but see what happened in the quarterfinals. Nothing is written, but I think that in the end Mexico and USA are going to qualify. But let's see. So the Golden Cup will stop tomorrow, and this next Tuesday, and we'll return for this next Wednesday for the semifinals. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comment suggestion, you can write me and on my social media platforms. So see you in the next video. Cheers.